gonna be a close one. What? Uh-oh. Did it again. Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going to go on a quest for truth together. Glitch-free, hopefully, now that we got that glitch out of the way. Yeah, I had it set at repeat, and I usually don't. It's always something. Well, welcome, friends. Welcome. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. I went a lot of places this weekend. A lot of places. I went to the living room. I went to the kitchen. I went downstairs, and I went into my bedroom. All those different places. So there you go. How you like that? How are you doing, friends? Let me see. Oh my goodness. We've got a lot of people already here. Mud Rabbit, hello there. And Aaron Jr.'s here. Wow. Artist 61, Peggy Dancer, hello there. Hi, Catherine Weiss, Gnarly News. Andy Social, Artist 61. Is my son on here? Oh yeah, there's Aaron, first one here. Hey buddy, how you doing? Good to see you here, AJ. Aaron Jr. Do you prefer to be Aaron Jr. or AJ or just Aaron? What do you prefer to be called? All right. Let's, oh, I got to check the message. Operation Shutdown, there he is. Hello, everyone. This ought to cover everybody. Hello, everyone. I'm going to share this out to my Facebook page. Feel free to share this on out to your favorite social media platform or platforms. Yes, I can't wait till Truth Social comes out. I hope that it's something new. We are live and something interesting. Although I have a sneaking suspicion it's just going to be acquired things. They're going to buy or partner with these other things that are already up. Call in. Call in. We are live. Call in. That's a pretty good message. You think they'll get the point? I think they'll get the point. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting things going on these days, friends. A lot is brewing. We're on the edge of possibly going to war, which of course we all knew was their plan all along. That's why Russia was always the bad guy. They always had to frame it that way. And even though I don't have television, I get enough of the little snippets to get an idea of the lamestream media's attachment to fantasy, making up things. Hello, Dark Brain. Good to see you here. And Caillou Harris, too. All righty. All righty then. Free range brain. Yeah, I gave up trying to wake up normies. I'd rather stay friends at a distance. Yeah, it's a touchy one, you know. Even when they do wake up, they might be kind of pissed that you edged them into it a little early. It's a tough one. You got to go on a person by person basis, I guess. Right? All righty then. Well, I hope you're all having a great night tonight. Of course, it's Monday or whatever day it is you're watching. And I appreciate everyone watching on the replay as well. So thank you very much. And thank you. Oh, and my lucky number is 8. I got the thumbs up. I pressed the thumbs up. I got the number 8. That's my lucky number for the next week. Howdy, sir. Aaron, sir. Howdy, dark brain, sir. Yeah, we're all here. Well, let's get this rolling, shall we? Shall we now? Yeah, we shall. Okie doke. Artist 61 got her book the other day, or just today, so that's good. I don't know, you guys. Do you think Joseph Brandon's going to be a two-term? He's going to be in for 2 terms. Here's a nice little meme that talks about that. What do you think about that? I'm going to serve 2 terms. Yeah, 1 for treason and 1 for pedophilia. How do you like that? I'd say that would be darn good. I think the whole country would rejoice if that happened. Yeah, honestly, okay, Mud Rabbit's kind of echoing the same sentiment. Honestly, I have a feeling that much of this will go under their radar, and maybe it's not best to waken sleepwalkers. Yeah, you might be right. I'm glad that you did, Artist 61. That's good. Peggy Dancer, got my books today, and they are so good. You are a talented writer, illustrator, and inventor. Now, I did not write those books. I just illustrated those books, but I did write the Awesome Possum books, which are in the works. Hello, Celestial Soul. So there you go. Yeah, the Papa books were written by Judy Johnson out of Green Bay. Very nicely written, though, I'd say. And the stories came to her it was automatic writing. So it's all in rhyme. It's really nice. Yeah. So there's a good meme for you. You know what I mean? Yeah. That cat. You can't go wrong with that cat at the dinner table. You can make any meme be cool just by using that cat. If you have the words right and the other picture right. This is a pretty good one. Yeah. I'd say it's pretty darn good. For memeing, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Memes are going to save the world. They're powerful. They wake people up. And normies might not even realize they're being woken up. They just get these little seeds planted in their heads. And pretty soon, one day, they're just, whoa, whoa, my conspiracy friend was right. Well, I better not tell them they were right. I better pretend like I still don't believe it because I'll feel like a jerk for the way I treated him. That's what they're probably thinking. They're going through hell because they've been led to believe all this crap. It's already quite sick, like some kind of social experiment or something. Here's another thing that I've highlighted before. Now, this is not a video, but I just want to say, for all of the things that we know masks don't do, here's something that they do. Look at this ear. Look at that. That ear is being damaged, okay? That's just cartilage there, okay? And if she keeps wearing that tight fitting mask, her ears are going to be, she's going to look like an all-star wrestler with cauliflower ears, all mangled up. So putting anything around your ears is, I don't know. It's a risky thing to do. And the older you get, the more fragile your ears are. So you see when Joseph Brandon does, his ears fold up like a piece of paper. Yeah. So beware, people. Your ears are very delicate. They're very fragile. and they can be damaged very easily by these stupid masks that people are wearing out of fear of nothing, absolutely nothing. So that's just what I wanted to show you. Be careful, friends, if they make you wear something, make sure it's not mangling your ears, because I think there's going to be a lot of ear problems coming up. Yeah, the ear could stay that way. Cauliflower ear, yes. That's right, Peggy Dancer and Dark Brain. So there's another thing that people aren't really focusing too much on. I've noticed this since the very beginning, that what a ears were not meant to, you know, hang things from. And to keep the mask from moving below your nose, you have to tighten it pretty darn tight. It has to be pretty tight, and it's going to mangle your ear. So beware of that. Don't wear masks. You got the Invisimask. Everybody has one. The Invisimask. Hello, Andre and Gnarly News. Good to see you here. Yeah. Be careful of those ears. You know, I've never worn a mask, and my ears are doing pretty darn good, I gotta say. So there you go. What else do we have here for you? Now, I saw something, and I had to look it up. I mean, this is someone claims they found a rock that looks like Trump. Okay, and I don't know. I mean, uh, now you know what? I can't even remember if this was on Mars or on the moon. I believe it was Mars, but yeah, I don't know. Rocks are, a rock is an organic, natural thing, and organic, natural things can look like other organic, natural things, like a face. So I just don't think that is, although it does look kind of interesting, but who knows? Yeah, is it photoshopped? I don't know. Maybe this was the rock. No, I think this is the rock. If the rock was painted and looked like this, then you might have something there, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I thought it was kind of ridiculous. I have a chunk of wood that looks like my ex. Oh my God, I got the hiccups. You have a chunk of wood that looks like your ex? Oh, that's funny. Oh. And maybe, yeah, I don't want to say anything. But I could not look at this when I saw the title, man, dude finds rock that looks like Trump. I don't know. It's like these people that see Jesus in their toast, I don't know. Natural things can look like other natural things. Looks more like Rosie O'Donnell. Oh. I don't think it's fat enough to look like. No, I shouldn't. No, I'm trying to do like Trump humor, and I shouldn't go there. Sorry. I take it back. I take it back. Look at that. Even the hair. I mean, this part does look kind of like hair. But I mean, this part in shadow, what does that look? Is there an ear here? Probably not. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't that impressed by it. Oh, you sawed a piece of wood in half and there was a knot inside that looks like him. Wow. In my first house here, the first house we owned here in Sturgeon Bay, the entryway, at the living room and kind of den area were done in knotty pine, and I always called it misbehaving pine. Misbehaving pine instead of naughty pine. There you go. Here's your little joke for the day. No, this is a rock on Mars. Gnarly. This is somebody found a rock on Mars that they think looks like Trump. So I had to check it out. I think it's kind of funny. It sort of looks like, I mean, you know, I don't know. As much as a rock can look like someone. Yeah, there you go. There's the rock that looks like Trump, kind of, according to one guy. According to one guy. Here's something interesting, folks. It's a picture of the Earth, an Earthrise on the moon. Check that out. Isn't that something? I don't know if we can get it any sharper. Not really. Well, a little bit sharper. You know what? Let's check and see if we can find anything in this picture like we find in other pictures. No, I don't really see anything. Don't really see anything. So there you go. There's that. That's interesting. There's a better one. I'll show you the better one. Here is the better one. Now, I believe these were taken by the Chinese spacecraft, I believe. That's a pretty good picture of the Earth. Now you can see some stars. Isn't that funny? Let's do this. Very strange. It's not really black. It's kind of like greenish blue. Oh, let's see what this does. Doesn't really do much. Bring the shadows in. Yeah, I don't know. There it is. Bring more color out. There you go. More color. That's kind of cool. I love looking at pictures like this. Big blue marble, yeah. So there. That's a nice Earthrise, I'd say. Very nice. We got one more of these, and it's a kind of an interesting one. It's kind of from the side. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Wow. So let's check this one too. I'm just curious. I haven't checked these yet, so I don't know what we're going to find. No, not much. I don't see anything. We'll bring it back to its original luster, add a little color, see what we can find. Look at that. When we add color, look, the moon turns brown. Now, a lot of pictures of color pictures of the moon are brown, but it looks gray in our when we look at it. It's very strange. This is like a warm gray. So that's wild. Well, let's do this. There we go. That looks a little better, doesn't it? That looks a little bit better. I like that. Thanks, Operation Shutdown. Yeah, these are real pictures. No, these are real. These are actual pictures, supposedly. I mean, unless you're talking to the flat earthers, then they'll say it's all fake, right? Everything's a painting to them. Nothing's real. Nothing's real except their very strange beliefs. Yeah, we're all on that little blue planet. I still think they should put all the leaders up in a spaceship to look down at the Earth and see how fragile it is and how beautiful it is, and then sign some mega peace deal up there. And if they don't sign it, they don't get to come back. How's that sound? There you go. Yeah, how did the blue marble happen? Well, there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of speculation. There's this fella I talked to who claims to have a system that can change outcomes. And he claims you can even build planets with it. Interesting. I don't know if it's true. I'm looking into it. Hopefully we can have him here on the show at some point. It's a very interesting story. I can't give his name out yet. So something to look forward to. An interesting person that just kind of popped up. A good friend of mine told me about him and looking into this fella. So there you go. There's that one. All right. All right. It was just Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s day here in the US of A. And I saw this meme. I thought this is pretty good. Maybe you've seen this one too. But just in case you haven't, I think it's one that needs to be seen. The face you make when the same government that assassinated you creates a holiday in honor of you. Yeah. The face you make. It is kind of ironic, isn't it? It's quite sick when you think about it, I would say. Yeah. There you are. And there you have it. Good meme. Good solid meme. That is an unusual look. You don't usually see him looking like that. I also heard that he was a womanizer. I don't know if that's true or not. So it's a rumor. But he's a human being. And, when someone does something or says something good, we should take that. And that is separate from the person, because the person can, have faults, or people can attack the person, but the message is the important thing. So when people give their messages, listen to the message. Okay, there you go. You're exactly right, Peggy Dancer, and then disgraces your name and character by comparing you less than George Floyd. Yeah, that's disgraceful what they did. Yeah. Joseph Brandon did that. Joseph Robinette Brandon. That's his name. That is his name. Oh, yeah. Oh, righty then. Someone found something in Antarctica. Antarctica. Isn't it funny that people are always finding things in Antarctica and they never find anything in Uncle Antarctica? I mean, isn't that strange? All right, so here you can see this is where this is leading to. Okay, it's like This guy did a little short little video, like a TikTok thing or something. So this is the spot, right? So here's South America. You can see these little string of islands and whatnot. And there you go, right there. So when you zoom down in, there's like when you get down close, it's like a mountaintop and there's some snow and some areas that are rocky. And then there's this object. It looks like a metallic object. Now it doesn't mean that it's an extraterrestrial object, but it's an interesting looking, metallic looking object. And we can, take a look at it here. Oh, we're fuzzing out already, folks. Let's see if we can get this tamed down a bit. So as you can see, it looks metallic. It looks metallic. It looks like, some Soviet or American satellite thing that maybe just fell, possibly. Who knows? It looks like something. It looks like something. And there's the coordinates if you want to go check it out yourself. But that looks interesting. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah, so that's something. And I got one more picture of this little thing here, and it shows the size of it because they measured it with that little measuring tool you get on Google Earth. Google Earth. And here it is. And so here is the size. So it's 35 meters. It's pretty big. 35 meters, right? Okay. It's pretty big. I'd say that's pretty big. Very large. It looks like a capsule, like an Apollo capsule or something. Maybe some Soviet thing that crashed down. They never found it. There it is, stuck there. Or who knows? Who knows what it could be? Maybe it's some survival dude that he's just living inside it or something. Who knows? We just don't know. But it's curious. I bet it's a little outpost shelter. Could be. Seems like it's at an odd angle, but like you're looking straight down on it. Who knows what it is, but it's something. It's definitely not nothing. Doesn't look like a rock. It does look metallic. So, yeah, nothing surprises. Yeah, nothing surprises us anymore. I know. Well, yeah. Here's an interesting factoid, folks. Now, I tried looking up how many people over 100 live in Wisconsin. I couldn't quite find that data, but I know there's not 115,252 of them. So 115,252 Wisconsin voters who have been registered for over 100 years voted in 2020. Okay, the margin of victory, Joe's margin of victory in quotes, air quotes, in Wisconsin, 20,682. Well, I don't know how many centenarians we have here in Wisconsin, but I really don't think there's that many. Okay? I think there's some shenanigans going on. I think that's very evident everywhere you turn. I mean, I don't think there's a fraud law that they didn't break. right? Lots of different things that they did. Yeah. Yeah, here's the thing, guys. Inside all of us is good and bad. We're all capable of doing good and bad. And there's some things I would like to redo and be a better person. It's sad what we do sometimes. Sometimes we do things because we're with a group of people and they're doing something. Like one time I was with a group of other teenagers and we went out and we smashed pumpkins. And halfway through, I'm like going, what the heck are we doing? Why are we doing this? This is stupid. Sometimes we do dumb things. Um, you know, but here's the thing. Some people think, oh, I'll do this and no one will know, right? No one will know. Well, you know how they say God knows everything? Well, you know why? Because he's inside of you. Oh, no, not he. God is part of you in your soul. So that's how, right? Yeah. We can honor the good things people do. You can take whatever good thing someone does and honor that person for that. But it doesn't mean everything they did was saintly, you know? Um, we're all like on the road to improving ourselves. And the more we experience, the more we learn, the more we hone our persona, how we want to be. I was thinking about the law of one, and that's where it's this channeled message from the 80s that says, supposedly from Ra, that we're all one. So why would you hurt somebody else? You're just hurting yourself because that other person is just a different expression of you, and we're all one. And I thought, that's really a beautiful thing. But you know what else? It's kind of like it's very similar to the golden rule. Do unto others how you want to be done to you, right? So it's like the golden rule, like extrapolated. So how did the Apostle Paul feel about his past? I don't know. I don't know. Info coming from their gravesite. I think I missed something. Oh yeah, everyone with an address at the local cemeteries. Yes, yeah. A lot of dead people are voting, and they seem to only vote one way. Apparently, only one way do they vote. But I think one party has kind of obviously hijacked the whole counting business of the votes in these big cities. And that's why they're always in power. It's not like they're doing things to make life better in the cities. You see things getting worse and worse. How do they keep getting reelected? Well, they cheat. How else would a bad person be reelected? Andre Little says, hey, Aaron, have you ever seen a UFO before? Yes. There are a couple of times I've seen UFOs. The first the first time that I can definitely say that I saw a UFO, I mean, seen countless strange lights, but this was in the daytime. It was 1996. It was in the summertime. I was driving through Chippewa Falls about 3 in the afternoon, daytime. And I looked out my side window and I saw a craft exactly like this, zipping at right angles and stopping, you know, and there it was. And it was crisp movements, like choo, 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 choo. It would stop. So I got out of my car and looked at it. I've told this story many times. I did a little animation of it on one of my previous shows. If you scroll back to some of my old shows, I show that on there. But yeah, and it was definitely a disc, and it looked exactly like the sport model that, oops, it's disappearing. See, it's merging with my spaceship. Yeah. Oh, Captain Kirk's trying to get on that one too. Look at that. William, you're still hanging in there. Yeah, he's looking pretty good too. Just be kind. Yes, be kind. And, you know, forgiveness is a very powerful thing. Maybe we can forgive people for doing things that weren't so savory so that we can honor the good things that they did. Right? And that's what happens in this UFO community is the deep state, the people trying to keep a lid on this, they will put stories out about the people bringing these stories out. They don't attack the story, they attack the person. And people jump on bandwagons, and it's really quite sad what they do to these people. They're just trying to explain what happened, what they saw, what they experienced, and they get ridiculed. And they get, well, like me, I mean, it's, when I worked at the dealership, that was when I had my UFO show on Blog Talk Radio. And so I would talk about it. Well, you know, I became known as that guy. So it's probably why I can't find a job now. Actually, I don't want a job around working for some of these people. I wear a mask. Are you kidding me? No way. I'd rather live under the porch with the bunnies. There you go. There you go. Yeah, everyone, even the worst person in the world is going to have something good about them that they've done or they've said. So here you go. Here's your choice when you're trying to figure out if it's the red pill or the blue pill. This might help you a little more to put the point across to your normie friends and to entice them into taking that red pill instead of the blue pill. Here you go. Just show them this meme. And this one might just do it. The choice is yours. The red pill or the nook, the blue nook. Oh yeah, I like that meme. I like that meme. So yeah, people who are dead, they shouldn't be able to vote. You shouldn't be able to go to the graveyard and add those names to the voter rolls, or the voter rolls should be scrubbed every year, or at least every other year. Don't you think? Oh, Andre Little, you're asking about the model. Yeah, this came out in the late 90s. It's by testers. I don't think it's in print anymore. You might be able to find one on the intranet. It's called the S as in Sam 4 UFO revealed. And it's by Testers Model Company. I bought 2 of them, and you can make them clear. This one's clear, or you can paint them. I painted one and I made this one clear. So you can see inside it. And it's got, oh, looks like this one only has one of the gravity amplifiers on the bottom. The rest of them kind of broke off. I got to reglue them on there. But so it has the gravity amplifiers, and has I don't know if you can see that. Well, let's see. Let's do this. Let's stop sharing that. See if you can see the interior at all. You can kind of see it. See that inside there? But now, Bob Lazar said, you see these areas here? They're kind of U-shaped. This, like this U-shaped thing, those archways. Now, when a panel would be activated, if you did something to the panel, one of these would become clear and you could see through it, see through the metal. So no need for windows. You have automatic panoramic windows whenever you want it. Now, I don't know if it's just one of these areas that becomes clear or if you can make several of them or any one of them. I don't know. But very interesting. Now, the gravity wave generator on the bottom there, you can see it. It's just upside down, so it's held by a bendy piece of metal. And those things can bend, and they can aim the gravity wave generator to generate the gravity field and to bend space and time to bring your destination closer to you. So it's a short distance that you travel because you're bending space and time. You're bringing space together, so your travel time is much less to get to that point, and then it unstretches and it's back to normal. Bob Lazar, I was watching a video today, and Bob Lazar was talking about how when one time they had one of the gravity wave generators, either it was out of the craft or bent, and they were in the craft, or it was out of the craft. Somehow they had it connected to the craft, and when they activated the reactor, they put a lit candle in front of the gravity wave generator, and when they activated it, it generated a gravity wave, and the flame froze. It was still lit, but it wasn't moving. It was still pointy, it was still luminous, but wasn't moving. There was no convection happening. And Bob was curious about this, and his the guy who was doing the experiment explained that the bending gravity also affects time. So you actually froze time. And that candle was just frozen in time. Fascinating. So fascinating. Yeah. I'm sure you can find one of those models if you look on, you know, on the intranet. Just punch in, you know, the S4 UFO revealed. I think I have a picture of that. I have the box right behind my green screen. I mean, in the back of my spaceship. I didn't say green screen, did I? No, I didn't say that. So there you go. Yeah, you've seen UFOs before, Andre Little? What did yours look like? What did the one you saw look like? I'm sure you can find those model kits on eBay or Craigslist or at a garage sale, perhaps. They sold quite a few of them, I believe. And Testers doesn't make fantasy vehicles. They're a serious model making company. And they, in fact, hold on a second, let me show you something. So this is the little instruction booklet that came with it. See, Area S4 UFO instructions, okay? And the cover of the package has this picture of that classic UFO on it, all right? So you can read up on this. There's some other pretty cool cars. Look at that 57 Chevy remake. Yeah. Model kits are really fun. You know, I got my son into building models. Here are the gravity wave generators right here. See those? And you put them in those housings, and look how sparse that deck is there. Oops, turning it the wrong way. See that? Yeah. Yeah. It's very interesting. So you get that. It comes with an army dude and a little alien too. There you go. A little alien that you can put in there. And you know, when Bob Lazar went inside the craft, that's when he realized it wasn't one of ours because it's way too small. You had to crouch you couldn't stand up inside. And the seats were for little people. For little people. Like that little alien dude. There he is. Oops, this way. There's what the model kit looks like. So there you go. It shows you where to put the decals. And that's about it. It has a couple of technical notes in here. But yeah, very, very interesting. There was another booklet that came with it, and I can't find the other booklet. It's so frustrating. So hello, Special K. Special K. Okay, well, we'll miss you. We'll miss you, Special K. Wondering how your electric bill is coming. Did you get that taken care of? And did you get the book? So there you go. Yeah. All righty then. You know, I like to tell jokes a lot, and you know, humor has a lot of benefits. And here you go, just to illustrate that. Did you know there are positive health benefits to laughter, including reduced stress, lower blood pressure, and an enhanced immune system? Some researchers estimate that laughing 100 times is equal to 10 minutes on the rowing machine or 15 minutes on the exercise bike. Mentally, laughter provides a way for stressful emotions to be harmlessly released from your body. Yeah, so hey, it can enhance your immune system. So here's the deal, friend. So if that's true, which I'm sure it is, so when you see someone wearing a mask, laugh hysterically at them. Okay, that will send them a message that maybe they shouldn't be wearing it, and it will relieve you from stress, and it will build your immune system. Wow, that laughter could pretty much solve the whole darn problem. What do you think? What do you guys think about that? You seeing grays and tall whites too? Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? That reminds me, I got to put the call-in information. If you want to call in, we'd like to talk to you about that, or anybody. Welcome to call. So there you go. See if that works. That isn't that kid cute? Now, Almost looks a little bit like my son when he was young. He had kind of a smile like that, very goofy, funny smile, very cute. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I got my little participants box opened up here so I can tell when somebody calls in. So there, feel free to call in. And Andre Little, if you want to talk about your experiences seeing grays, wow. I've never seen a gray, I mean, that I can remember. Who knows? I mean, I almost don't want to know, you know? I almost don't want to know. But sometimes I do think I should get like a trail cam so I can watch, to see what happens at night. Mainly for the spiders. I just want to see if the spiders come out and they're dancing all over me, you know? Oh, hi, Thinky Dink. Did you ever hear of a craft named Aurora? Yeah, I think that's the TR3B is also called the Aurora. That's the triangle shaped craft that they've had since the early 50s that they can actually take to the moon. And they're anti-gravity, but they're not fully anti-gravity. Uh, they do have enough anti-gravity to make the craft extremely light. And then it uses other propulsion systems, a couple of different ones, I believe. But it's very fast, it's very reliable. Had them since the 50s. So we should make those public and use those. They never crash, okay? They put the anti-gravity on all the airplanes, they would never crash. Well, you don't want to see the grays. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. And the tall whites before too? Oh, that's interesting. I would love to hear you explain what the tall whites look like. All right. It looks like we got a caller, our good friend Caillou Harris. So it looks like he's joining.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, Mr. Harris, how you doing?
All right, how you doing, Aaron?
If I was doing any better, I'd be you.
Ha 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 ha. Yo, I was doing good, but now I'm feeling kind of confused and upset, man.
Why?
Remember last week, and I was watching the show on Friday, and then you showed me the book, Alien Interview, and I looked up the author, and I read some of the paragraph, I read some of the pages of the book, and then I tuned in. I saw he got a site, and I watched some of his interviews and stuff, so I know exactly what's going on and what he mean by the book,
Okay.
by the interview and stuff. When the woman from, I say, the military out in Roswell, the nurse, she
Right.
interviewed the alien. It
Right.
was from a fleet called the Domain. And
Dominion,
then,
Dominion
yeah,
Expeditionary Force. Yeah.
yeah, you know, we all prisoners. We
Well,
on a we on a
well,
prison planet.
well. That's if the book is true.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's if it's true.
If it's true, but now, if you read the book, Errol says to Matilda, "Look, we would love to get our 3,000 members back, and we would like to solve this problem, this trapping of the people of their souls." And so they'd never come across this before. They've got, things they have to do, schedules. They didn't have time to look into it now, but they might come back in 5,000 years or so and try to fix it. But if we live our souls live forever, so it doesn't really matter when they do it. We'll get freed eventually, or else we'll do it now that we have this information. Now, but that's going to be difficult because when we're disembodied from our body, and I'm only going by my personal experience, and I was only out once for about a couple minutes, but I didn't have any. I always thought if I was a ghost, I would go to a bowling alley, and when a little kid hit a gutter ball, I'd make the ball go back and hit a strike. That was what I was going to do if I came back as a ghost. So being out of my body, I didn't have that thought. I didn't have any of my earthly thoughts. So when we're out of our body, we might not be able to do what we want to do when we're out of our body. Because what I want to do is, if I go towards one of those forced screen traps, I want to go around it, try to find the plug and unplug it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
But the thing, say like when the domain does decide with, well, it's thousands and thousands of years from now to come back and free that 3,000 that's trapped here.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're going to get the rest of us. They just going to get their people and be out, right?
No, I don't think so.
You think they'll free us too? Because they might look at it like, you know what? We ain't got nothing to do with y'all. That's your problem. We just come to get our people.
No, I don't know. I think that they would probably do that because, they could get stuck here again. It's a problem they need to alleviate. And it's not just here, it's throughout our galaxy.
But it's the thing though that I'm thinking, like, say if they do find their people and locate them and free it, and say they do leave, deactivate the device, and now we could all escape. Wouldn't we all have to leave our physical body? So that means if they spring the trap, we would all have to commit suicide, so that way we could escape our physical body, right?
No. All it means is Earth would be like other planets. It's like on other planets, when someone dies and then they're reborn, they remember their past lives.
Oh, so that way, when we do die on this planet, our spirit will be free. It could just escape this place if it wants to. Like they have the traps. From what I read, they have the like, so when we die now, they have something to capture our souls and put us through some amnesia program,
right,
and hypnosis, and then after that, comes the part when we go back into the form of, into a new body and be born again and start the whole process over. But what's keeping us bound to this planet is the traps that they have set up, so that way our souls cannot escape from this outer atmosphere, I guess, so these traps have to be deactivated. But the problem I'm wondering is that, say if they come back and they deactivate it, they're going to leave the old empire remnants around, so that all they're going to do is set up a new trap, and they might be plotting. They might even think that these domain people are coming back, and they might have a new trap for them in case they do come back. Basically, we might never get out of here.
Well, you could spend a lot of time wondering what someone's going to do, but it really makes no difference, I think. But now, the book is, it's got so many things about it that, like when Lawrence Spencer got the transcripts from Matilda, all the transcripts, he read them and he copied them, and he was very scared because she gave him a warning that you could maybe lose your life from having these materials.
Yeah.
So as soon as he got them copied, he burned them all. So there's no way to verify.
Yeah, that's what he said. He burnt the original.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes you wonder, okay, now wait a minute. Is that true? Or is he saying that because he faked it? Now, I've interviewed him. He seems like an honest person, but he is a writer. But with this book, he put it on the internet and you can read it for free. So he's not trying to make money on this one. It really is a kind of he doesn't even like to take credit for writing it because he doesn't feel like he wrote it. He just edited it. He just took the text that was given him and he edited it. And in the end of the book, Errol, the alien from Roswell, says to Matilda at some point, well, there's certain things that I can't tell you because it might affect our plans, our project or our plans for the future. So, okay, then you think, well, wait a minute. So is some of what he told us true or not true, maybe? So there's all kinds of ways to think that this might not be true.
Yeah, you're right.
So
it could be true, it could not be true.
But if it is true, and we can take this little bit of knowledge with us when we leave our body, when we die, that might help us to try to solve the problem without having those people come back, you know,
True.
by not being suckered into the beautiful light and beautiful sounds. And the way Errol describes it, it's irresistible to an Isby, an immortal spiritual being, your soul. It's irresistible. So if you see, hear nightclub music and beautiful flashing lights, and maybe you shouldn't go in there, I don't know.
But
cautionary tale.
The thing that's kind of also I'm like confused about a little bit is that they had mentioned, Matilda had mentioned to Lawrence that like you could get in trouble for this, if they find out. So if we're all prisoners, right, on this planet, and that's true, why would the deep state or the Illuminati, why would they care if somebody else had it? Because then that means they're prisoners too, unless they're part of it. They're part of the old empire then.
That could be. I don't know. Yeah, we just don't know.
They're probably part of the old empire that's here on this planet in bodies of humans too, just to watch over us, to make sure we don't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They try to like how you say take over or fight back.
Yeah. There's good news and some bad news in here if it's true.
Yeah.
The good news, it verifies that we do live forever, and there could be a way out of this if that is the case that it is. But can you imagine now if we didn't have this amnesia between lifetimes, and Einstein could be alive right now in his second or third life working on his projects still, we would be much more advanced than we are now if that were.
Yes. We could keep all the memories from our last lives and just work and just take from where we left off at.
Yeah. And also another thing to remember too is if you remember your past lives, you might be more careful in this life, that you don't want to create some memory you'll have forever. You don't want to do something bad because you're going to be living with that forever.
That's the horrible thing about having the amnesia. It's like, I don't want to make the same mistakes again, but that's why every time you're born, your baby, you learn how to do things over and over. You learn how to brush your teeth and tie your shoes. You might have deja vu, like, wait a minute, I did this before, but you don't know where it comes from. But I guess that's your soul trying to fight, like trying to resist, saying, wait a minute, something's wrong. Even though they put amnesia, is trying to break free of that, but it just can't. But it's one thing that is peculiar, I just want to say, is about this, is that it kind of goes against what everyone says, that when you die, you go to heaven first and meet God. Remember how Andy was saying he met God and they had a meeting and stuff?
Right.
As far as what Ariel was saying, I didn't hear none of that. So if we trapped here and we go up in our souls, they catch us and they put us through an amnesia process, unless all that God and Bible stuff is fake. Maybe they just made the Bible up and the God stuff just to make us believe something is real and it's not. And they're the only ones controlling everything. They gave us that illusion. You think that's true? Just like how they did the pyramids? That'd be awful. So that means if there is no God and no Bible and they just created it, then we're really trapped. We ain't got nobody to help us, save us.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. I think that the old empire was just very evil, and they set this up possibly as a prison planet, if it's true. But there's a whole lot of ifs there. But Errol also said that when you're in the forced screen trap and you try to get out, all your energy is used against you to electronically, zap your soul brain, your soul memory, to make you forget your memory. And then you're given a false mission and then put back to Earth. Now that false mission might include some kind of God information or something, depending on what the beliefs of that individual are, possibly. I don't know. I don't really know how it works. Errol didn't really explain a lot of that.
Sounds a little similar to what Andy was saying, that when he died at one particular time and they sent him back saying that, you didn't learn enough about compassion, so you have to go back and learn that. Maybe that what he thought was God. Maybe that could have been an empire disguised and pretending, using some kind of ability, like I don't. I'm not saying that's the truth. That's what it is, but you know, hopefully not. But if that is, that's incredibly evil.
Well, here's the other thing: is we are incredibly powerful beings when we're out of our body, and when we're in our bodies, we're powerful collectively with our collective consciousness. So when you're out of your body, I mean, you can do. When I was out of my body, I knew I could do anything. I really could do anything. I could go anywhere, but I had no feelings. Couldn't feel cold. Couldn't feel warmth. Couldn't feel happiness. Couldn't feel sadness. Nothing. So while we're in these bodies, we can feel things. We should be enjoying that. We can discover things. But when you know everything, you can't discover anything. And so I don't know. We need to just enjoy our lives, live really good lives, do lots of good for other people, leave good memories. And people say, oh, yeah, I remember Caillou Harris. Oh, I remember Aaron. Yeah, they were pretty good guys. Yeah, they're pretty good guys. That's the thing. And, I think it's up to the individual too. So we're very powerful beings. So if we have a belief when we die, I think that belief has something to do with what happens to us. So, because we are that powerful. So, and like Corey Good said on Mika's planet, when they freed themselves from the reptilians, not Mika, but one of the Zulu elders came and got permission to go into their 3 different hells that their collective consciousness made. And he freed the souls that were trapped in these hells to join the reincarnation of the planet again, and to be born again and be a natural reincarnation. Now, maybe they had a memory thing too. That's very possible. So I think it's gonna, at some point, I think it all will come out in the wash. But just remember, we're very powerful beings. And if we believe something, we can make it happen. So if you believe very powerfully in that you will see God, you probably will see God, because
Yes.
we're very powerful beings when we're out of our bodies. So, none of us knows the whole truth. Everyone has a little piece of the puzzle. And I think it's a little different for everybody, because we all have different things that make up our belief systems,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. I was, after I first read the book, I went, oh my God. But then I thought, well, there's some good news and some bad news. And I like the way that Errol explains what it was like before there were any planets or any stars. Errol claims that before there was anything, before there was even a universe, there were immortal spiritual beings, like what's in us when we die, what's animating us. But immortal spiritual beings love to play games, but you can't play a game if you know everything. So Errol said that they would concentrate all of their conscious energy and power on one area, and an illusionary area. They create these illusionary spaces, like say a planet-like sphere with different plant life and aspects of it that might be advantageous to something. And if enough other ISBs see it and acknowledge it as real, it just becomes real. So when Errol explained that, I thought, wow, that could be the dark energy creating matter. It's these immortal spiritual beings who can't be seen in our universe. They're completely invisible. They're like nothing but everything. But they can create things out of nothing. So they're constantly creating. So they eventually created animals and human type beings so they could enter them and play games. So the bodies would inhibit their abilities so that they could play a game. So we're all playing a game here.
Yeah, because like you said, I was scared after first, last week, and I read the book and I was looking at the interviews. I was about to go, find, get a passport and get a ticket to go to Tibet. I was about to become a monk. And that scared me so much, I was like, man.
Well,
but let me just relax first. Let me see this.
So it could be made up by the author. Okay. It also could be made up by Matilda. She might have just typed this stuff up and sent it to him. Or it might have been someone else that sent it. We really don't know. And if it's true, Errol even said there's some things I can't tell you because it might interfere with our plans and our program that we have going on. So, but if the book is true, if it is true, Errol describes what an Isby is, our immortal spiritual being, our soul. It's like a god. There's no other word in our language other than God that can describe what we are when we're out of our body. And that for an Isby, there's no beginning and there's no end, just an everlasting now. So that's satisfying. So we live for trillions and trillions and trillions of years, and we have. So if we're stuck on this prison planet for a couple thousand years, maybe that'd be like kind of fun, fun little jaunt or a distraction, if you will, to what we normally would be doing. I don't know. There's a lot of ways of looking at it, but I wouldn't worry too much about it because there's a lot of caveats that really put into doubt some of this stuff. So it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. And you know what the thing that got me going on this book was? When Errol was trying to describe what a soul was, or what the immortal spiritual being was to Matilda, Errol said, Matilda, you are not just a flesh body. You are an immortal spiritual being. She says, well, I know. I'm a Catholic. I have a soul. Errol said, no. You don't understand. You are an immortal spiritual being. And she said, I know. I have a soul. I'm Catholic. And Errol said, be out of your body. And she was out of her body. She was above her head. And she was a round ball. And she could see in all directions. Okay, when that was described in the book, I went, what? Because that's what happened to me when I left my body. I came out of my belly, but I was a round ball and I could see in all directions, super clear vision. I've never seen any other account like that. So I had a personal connection to this book because it describes something I actually experienced. So to me, it tipped it over the scale of and possibly is real because I've experienced that and I've not read it anywhere else. So either it was made up and it happens to be just like what I did, or could be part of it true. I don't know.
Yeah. But you're right, Aaron. I can't worry about it right now because it's really nothing we can do right at this moment anyway.
Right.
But the only thing we could do is just continue to be good spiritual beings trapped in a biological body and try to help other people and let them know what's going on and just do good, do the right thing. Because one thing is true. I might not say the book may or may not be true, but one thing I do know is true is that what goes around comes around. Karma is real. So the more good you project out, it comes right back to you good. The more negative, evil things you do, it comes back to you bad. Yeah. So always do positive things,
Do unto others like you want to be done to you. The golden rule. I mean, it's always the thing. You don't want to be the bad guy.
Yeah. No matter, even if somebody do bad to you, be good. Be positive.
Oh, it's our friend Maxwell Smart. Hey, Max.
Hey, how are you?
If I was doing any better, I'd be you. I say that a lot.
Hey, Max.
Hey, it's Caillou Harris says hi.
Uh-huh. Hey, how are you?
All right.
We were just talking about,
So what is the topic of discussion here?
well, we were talking about the Alien Interview, a book by Lawrence R. Spencer. I highly recommend it. It's a very interesting read. It's got some disturbing information, but it's also got some amazing information, if it's true, but we don't know. And Caillou went ahead and did some research, and he's a little bit worried about some of the stuff included in the book. But, it might not be true, or it might be only partially true. We just don't know. But Mud Rabbit says, hi, Max.
Hello.
And Zoso Dude's in the audience. Hello, Zoso. And Zoso says,
Hello to all the Patriots.
Zoso says, life is a gift, brother. Use it to your fullest extent. It's a very special experience. Yes, it's a very, very special experience we're having here. So enjoy every little giggle, every good joke, every good.
We don't want any new normals.
No, the paranormal is.
We want American exceptionalism.
Yeah, or if the paranormal is the new normal here. That's my new saying.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
there you go.
I get tired of that phrase, the new normal. It's like,
yeah,
all they mean is the new sucky reality that they're trying to push on us.
Well, that's why we're creating a different one.
Right.
That's why we're just on Range of Strange, where the outrageous is contagious, and the paranormal is the new normal. There you go. I stole it from them, and I gave it a better meaning.
Doesn't that make you sick when you hear it on television?
I don't hear anything on television.
That's right. You don't watch it.
It never makes me sick. I have some artwork in front of my television, and it's not even plugged in, I don't think. And I like
probably like me.
Yeah.
I don't watch television. I never watched television.
Good.
For years. I just don't like it.
Right.
And then, it just turned me off, the reality shows and whatever they got on there now. I've been watching it so many years, I don't even know what's on there. It's just trying to tell you how to look like this or be this way and corny jokes and all this stuff and distracting you. No, I don't have time for that. Reality is weird enough.
Yeah, reality is weird.
Well, I watch mostly MacGyver and I watch Star Trek and occasionally listen to the news just to get some perspective as what new lies they're telling.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about the news. You can't even get the truth off the news nowadays. If you want to know what's going on in this country, you got to watch news that's out of country, like overseas. You got to watch the news in Australia or something like that, or Europe to find out what's going on in America. That's the truth, because they lie so much about in American news that what's going on in this country. You can't believe what they're saying about the place in your own country.
Yeah, that's why I listen to BCP, the BCP report. I listen to Red Pill 78. I listen to the X22 report. Those are the kind of news I listen to.
Oh yeah.
So
those are good news sources. Yeah.
Yeah. And Jacob Waters is in the house. And Celestial Soul says that this is why I love your channel, Aaron. I love hearing about ETs and all those topics, UFOs, souls, etc. Well, thank you, Celestial Soul. We love having you here because we are all celestial souls, aren't we?
Yep.
And Dale D, good to see you here. Yeah.
That's why we're here. That's what this evil we're experiencing is meant for us, for purposes of training us to be better souls.
Updog says only watch Sky News and others are fake news. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
fake control news.
Beat this evil. That's just the way it works. So the big thing is to don't fear it. If you can say, as we're commanded according to the Bible, if you can say, I love you, Joe Biden, even though I don't believe anything you put it now, then you're better for it.
Yeah.
I know that's hard to do, but
Yeah.
you know, he's one of God's creations. So I don't love him for the things he does, but for the fact that he's God's creation and he's serving a purpose. He's actually educating us.
Well, I got a meme about Biden here. I want to show that because since you brought Biden up, here's a good meme. Characters whose plans always fail miserably. It's got Snidely Whiplash, Tom and Jerry's Tom, and Wile E. Coyote, and Biden. Yeah.
Biden.
Snidely Whiplash. Pretty cool.
He's biding his time.
Yeah, he sure is. Yep. Yep. There he is. So what's new in your neck of the woods there, Max?
Oh, just exploring new technological avenues of, you know, in addition to solar topics, I look at other things, and I won't dox myself, but I established a new company.
Awesome. Congratulations.
A new company.
Yeah.
And I had somebody check out. I thought I created a Delaware corporation before, and I had a business partner say, "Why you don't want to do that?"
Really?
Yeah, they're you know, the attraction to having a Delaware corporation was that you didn't have to pay taxes.
Right.
In Delaware, but there's a catch. If you just happen to have a problem and has to declare bankruptcy, boy, do they do nasty things to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but fortunately, it wasn't a Delaware corporation. So I thought one of my companies had been originally set up as a Delaware corporation, but I was happy to learn it had not been.
Good.
It was one of those things I had forgotten that we discussed it, decided against it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm exploring some. Right now, I'm looking at new uses for graphene.
Yeah.
I'm studying, you know, its use as a supercapacitor. I'm studying its uses as a structural material.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be used in all the cell phone technologies coming very soon.
Yeah.
To add new sensors to your phone. Like I think probably within 3 to 5 years, you'll have all kinds of sensors for. There'll be a breathalyzer in your phone. There'll be things that can measure other things about your body in your phone.
Yeah.
Your heart rate, all kinds of things. Maybe even a chemical sniffer, so it can kind of analyze your environment to tell you if there's a harmful thing like carbon monoxide around or a gas leak or any number of things. All that's easily doable right now with the technology. It's just somebody have the will to put it into the phones and things.
Okay.
So
interesting.
There's just an infinite number of things you can look at right now. Just it's amazing. There was a chemical that I was making products from in the past. The chemical is called thiopene, and it used to be you could buy a drum of thiopene for $200. That's how inexpensive it was.
Okay.
But then these OLEDs, organic light emitting diode TVs, came out.
Yeah.
And they use thiopene compounds to make them, the technology. Well, as a result of that, the price for a drum of that thiopene went from $200 a drum to $12,000 a drum.
Oh my.
So but there's an enormous opportunity still in that area, right? I'm trying to make the first plastic that's as conductive as copper wire.
Okay. Wow.
The benefit of this is that it wouldn't replace wire. You still use wire in certain places. It just take the pressure off a copper.
Right.
You could literally this plastic is flexible. You can make a connection by melting it. You can literally weld it together essentially in the wall.
Okay.
You can't really melt copper wire together, right? So it gives you a whole nother capability. And so explore all kinds of things. I'm seriously thinking about reviving this idea for a new fire extinguishing agent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And the non-ozone depleting fire extinguishing agent.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about some interested parties that I'm going to go talk to, see what their thoughts are. I don't, any product you make, you have to consider: do I want to make it, or do I want to let somebody else make it for me? And the way to magnify what you can do in life is to find people that there are companies out there like toll manufacturers, and you give them a process, you tell them what you want made, and then they'll give you a price of what they can make it for. And so many times they're a lot cheaper than you could make it.
Sure, of course.
So they don't make any money unless they successfully make it. So it's usually a very lucrative for both sides, right? Because you're going to be very happy with the price you're getting, so you're going to give them all the business you can give them. And it's a way to get things done when people think you gotta do it all yourself. And there are, of course, advantages of if you got a product controlling all your raw material sources, because we can see what would happen. We can see with the supply chains. Imagine you had a product coming from that you needed for your product that comes from China.
Yeah.
It'd not be very good right now.
No.
Because you'd be in a situation you couldn't make your product, and your whole business might,
Right.
be destroyed.
That's why I've never made any of my products in China, even though I could have been fully funded by investors that wanted me to make my stuff in China. I said, no, I want to make it in America. So I got no money, and I make them in America, but not very many of them, because you can only make as many as you
I
can
actually had a
afford.
joint venture in China at one time.
Yeah.
And I won't dox myself by saying what it was, but I met a number of wonderful people in China. The people that I met had actually been to Tiananmen Square.
Okay.
And they told me that they would have been, some other people that hadn't gone there said they would have been there, but they knew what their government was going to do.
Okay.
And so I was absolutely amazed how patriotic they are and how much they love America.
Yeah.
When I was in junior high, I had to memorize, part of the Constitution and part of the Declaration of Independence. But it was surprising to me that here I'm halfway across the world, on the other side of the world, and they know that a number of these people could do the same thing. They had memorized part of the Constitution. That's how much they looked up to us. And so there was no doubt in my mind that the Chinese people are definitely our allies. The government, of course, isn't, but and that's one of the reasons the government controls them so much, because they know these people want to have a government just like ours. So that's the only way they can hold on to their powers to control them so tightly.
Yeah.
But that, that'll change eventually. You can't stop freedom. It's eventually going to erupt.
Okay. Someone's saying that the screen is frozen. It looks like it is frozen. I'm trying to close some things to try and unfreeze it. I think it just became unfrozen. Well, we'll see in 15 seconds. Yeah, I got the spinning wheel here, and it's not so happy about it. Been trying to share a picture, and it's not coming through. So I apologize for the freezing, folks. Yeah.
But the people were great. I have nothing but high praise for the Chinese people, and not for the Chinese Communist Party, obviously.
Right, right.
But the Chinese people, they are freedom loving, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no reason to fear the Chinese people. I think if there ever came a battle between us and China, that the Chinese people would rebel and work on our behalf.
Yeah.
Because they know we turn around and help them. So.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Something's. Is it working yet? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Something's happening. My computer is being very, very wonky. Something is up here, folks. I was trying to share this beautiful picture of Jupiter, but it's not.
Are you being hacked or something?
No, I got the spinning wheel and my screen is frozen black.
Huh.
And my picture, I'm frozen in one spot. And so you can hear the show. And the screen is black. Yeah. Yeah, I'm showing a picture of out in deep space. And my picture is caught in a time vortex. That's why I'm not moving. There you go.
Oh.
So it's a totally black screen. Open and close your camera. Okay. Oh, I think I heard you say that the other day, Zoso. But I got the spinning wheel of death. I don't know if that's going to work. Let me see. I can't even find where the camera is. Yeah, it won't.
You're just downrange of strange.
Just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. I think I think we showed a couple too many memes today, maybe. Audio is great, but black screen. Thanks, Peggy Dancer. Open and close your camera. Yeah, I can't even, I got the spinning wheel of death that won't let me do anything. We're between galaxies. Yes, we're caught in a time warp. Maybe I should get my time machine out and go a minute into the future. Do you think?
The freezer on my refrigerator has been acting like that today.
Yeah?
I've checked my freezer and discovered things are thawing in the freezer. It's like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And so I take everything out and put it in another refrigerator. And now the freezer's working.
Okay.
And I can't figure out what went wrong. The door was closed. There is one possibility. I think there's a little cap. There's a hole in the back of the freezer compartment. And I think once before, if you have that happen, you got to plug that hole because the cold air comes right, into your freezer and out that hole.
Okay.
So it can't circulate around your freezer, and then everything thaws.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do it during the summer when it's warmer, then the warm air that's got moisture in it likes to condense when it hits that, and it freezes all over the coils, and then nothing works.
Okay.
So I don't know why it's working now, though. I didn't do any of those things yet. I don't know what's going on. It's like Twilight Zone in the freezer.
Yeah. I'm really upset about this, folks. I just don't know what to do. I can't even find the screen that has the camera. And I got the spinning wheel of death and it won't let me do anything. So I'm not sure how I'm going to resolve this or if it's even resolvable. Bizarre.
But everybody can hear you, that you can't see you, right?
Yeah, so it's just a podcast now, I guess, with no visuals. Oh well. Oh well, it's it is what it is, I guess. Maybe we were talking about too many interesting things. You think so, Caillou? Are you still there, Mr. Harris?
He didn't fall asleep, did he?
Well, if we have one thing not working, we might have several things not working.
You remember that time when I fell asleep on your channel?
Yeah, you were,
almost did.
No, you did. I could hear you snoring. I had to turn the volume down on the phone because you were snoring.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah. We can just finish out like it's radio. Okay, Mad Posh, good idea. The bulbs are blown. Yeah, we oh, it looks like my little picture is moving. I'm way up in the corner in this big black void. I don't think Caillou Harris is with us anymore. I don't see, I have no way of checking it because I got the spinning wheel of death.
Maybe this is the 10 days of darkness. No, just kidding.
Moving picture in the corner now. Yeah, I got, yeah, I don't know. This is weird.
It'd be great, wouldn't it? This, if all of a sudden across your screen you saw a picture of Donald Trump walk across and say, "It has begun."
There you go. Caillou Harris says, "Hey, Aaron, I don't know what happened." Yeah, I don't know either. It's probably my computer. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, did they kick him off? Was his
I think
Zoom
so.
call? Yeah, Zoom call.
Yeah, it must have kicked him off. But I'm having
maybe Zoom has got a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely the Zoom. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's the deal here? Something just changed. Okay. Oh. I think I just put the window up. Oh, this is pretty weird. Yeah. That's weird. I can click on the internet, but anything with Zoom, it's got the spinning colored wheel. So I don't know. Very strange. Very strange indeed.
Zoom is locked.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, I'll tell you something I saw. Now it's been about 2 weeks ago. I was on CBS and the Let's Make a Deal came on.
Okay.
And they picked a guy in the audience. His name was Brannon.
Oh, okay.
And the guy says, "Let's go, Brannon." and then he realized what he had said, and he just smiled.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
And of course, there were some people in the audience that were cheering,
Of course.
And then the same day, the next show was The Price is Right with Drew Carey. And just as they were going to commercial, the last thing he says, "Let's go, Brandon."
Wow.
So I thought that was pretty interesting. I think he saw a sign in the audience and he just read it.
Yeah, the cue card writer he's a Trump supporter, so he's writing that on the thing. Could be. Yeah, so
It was fun. I'm sure the CBS didn't like it much.
Probably not. I'm sure he got reprimanded. Yeah,
Yeah, he got chewed out.
they don't like that kind of stuff. That's for sure.
No.
Wow. Well, this is disappointing, friends. I'm really sorry that this is happening.
I'm sorry if you hear scratching noise. I'm trying to plug in the phone.
Okay.
Okay. Got it done. So.
Oh, Caillou Harris looks like he's back. I see his little window open up here.
How's Mike the fireman?
He's doing good. He's doing good. He terms himself the blessed sinner. So that's interesting. He's a cool guy. It appears you are sharing your Zoom screen instead of your main YouTube screen. Yeah, what happened, Zoso, was I was trying to share a picture, and there was a picture already up there, and it wouldn't change. So I closed the picture, and the green lit up box is still there, but there's no picture, and that probably confused the confuser a little bit. And I don't know. It's it won't let me do anything now. I did something wrong, and the green box is still there. There's nothing in it. It's just a green box. It's a green outline. So that's strange. I've done that before, and it never did that. So I don't know. It could be partially my computer.
I thought about having my own channel in the past, but I didn't want to deal with Zoom, and I don't know,
there's a lot of stuff you gotta deal with.
Right.
That's for sure.
It's one of the things that if I could go take a class somewhere for 3 days and learn all about setting up a channel, the ins and outs, it'd be worth it. There's some people that I'm sure could do a class like that quite easily. Imagine what Red Pill could show you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or Frank.
Okay, I got my arrow back, but I'm clicking things and nothing's happening. So some of the screens changed, and I got maybe I can close this. No, it won't let me close that. It won't let me open this. It won't let me stop share. It won't let me share. So that's odd. That's odd.
You've got the ghost of Biden.
We still got the show. We still got the show. Yeah, we're still doing the show. We're just audio now, I guess. Oh, it keeps there's a glimmer of hope, and then it fades. Okay, let's see if something works here. Yeah. Nope. Nothing new there. Can close that window.
So you have a lot of patriots in the house?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm sure they're all patriots.
The count, I can't really see it right now. Oh, behind the green door, Shakin' Stevens, I think. Yeah, Shakin' Stevens, Green Door. Yeah, that's a great song. Green door, what's that secret you're keeping? Great little song. Yes, by Jim Lowe in 1956. Shakin' Stevens did bring it back into style in the 80s. But yeah, it's a great. You know, there was a thrift shop here in town that started up a few years ago. It was called the Green Door. And I went there and I went, wow, this is so cool. I expected to hear that song Green Door playing. And they said, what? I said, there's a song called Green Door. They said, really? I said, you named your store Green Door? You don't know that there's a song called Green Door? Wow. So they learned about it and they liked it. Actually, I think I played it on my phone for them. They liked it. It's amazing to have these phones with you, like a computer, anywhere you go. It's pretty bizarre.
Yeah. Right. Just incredible things they can do.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen, you use that program, that free program, image manipulation software?
Image?
You know they have it.
No.
What?
Which image?
Inkscape.
Inkscape, yes, yes.
Have you used the Inkscape for the phone?
I never do anything on my phone except I make
But
calls.
they have an Inkscape for the phone, see?
I couldn't imagine doing that on a phone. There's no room.
Yeah.
I need a screen. Right. I need a screen.
Well, it's amazing the things you can do. I have a whole bunch of graphics manipulation software on my phone. It's pretty cool, the stuff you can do. You think you can get used to the little screen. Of course, the other thing you can do is cast it to your television set.
Okay.
You ever had Chromecast or seen that? You can cast it so that everything that's on your phone is on your television.
Okay.
So I do that if like I want to watch some kind of documentary and I want it big or something.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. And it looks like Ralph is in the house. Hello, Ralph. Good to see you here. He always comments. He comments a lot of times in the comments section. So thanks for doing that. Oh, I think we freed up. I think we're freed up now. I think it's working. Mr. Harris, you there? I think we're back, folks. We're back in black. Uh-oh. Let's see. I'm going to try it now and see what we get. Yeah, this is what I was trying to share with y'all. Uh-oh. I hit the share button and now nothing happened. Well, until it shares, I guess we'll just have to, at least we have video now. All right. We're back on screen. Things aren't quite working totally yet, but the tech gods are smiling down on us. We're getting somewhere here. Yeah, I'll have to like clean some stuff off my confuser. I think there's too much stuff on my computer. I think that's what it is. I got to stop saving so many memes, but you know, I really want to save the world, and you know, memes are one of the ways. So we got to have a good pack of memes. It feels friendly in here. Well, that's good, Ralph. We're glad that you're here. Yeah, I'm very glad that we have some of this working now. Still won't share anything for me, but there you go. Uh-oh. Oh, something was wigging out. Oh, you got knocked off there, Caillou Harris? All right. Let's see.
I noticed that, most things are going up in price.
Yep.
But strangely, a lot of pizzas are going down in price.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a good time for pizza.
Like
especially frozen pizza.
Frozen pizza? Oh, I don't eat frozen pizza anymore. You know why? My teeth get so cold.
Good idea. You ought to try putting it in the oven.
What? Oh, what? Oh, you have to cook them. Oh. Well, yeah. But then it wouldn't be a frozen pizza anymore. So what's the point?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, they say giggling is good for your health. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Zoso,
looks like I'm gonna have to eat a lot more pizza. I got
Zoso,
like 4 boxes of shrimp that are now thawed that I have to
uh-oh.
eat probably tomorrow or the day after.
Yeah.
And I got a couple frozen pizzas I don't have to eat because they're thawed.
Okay.
I don't think it'd be very good. Now the freezer seems to be working again. I'm afraid to put it back in there and freeze it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have
I had that happen to my
a
freezer
shrimp party.
years ago. Shrimp party, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shrimp.
I love shrimp, but I can't eat 4 boxes of it.
I tell you, I could never, I never was a shrimp fan, ever. Never was. To me, and I hope I don't turn anybody off, but to me, they look like little water bugs.
Yeah.
So I just couldn't do it. Looks like a water
Well, I
bug.
saw giant shrimp when I went to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
They were so big. Of course, they're called prawns when they get that big. But they were so. Guess how many would just fit in a 1-gallon jar?
I don't know.
4.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. The shrimp were estimated to be 20 years old. But they get that big.
Wow.
So,
But they
this guy was trying to pressure us to give technology to Chinese, and we said no. We have an agreement. They have to do certain things. We have to do certain things, and if they don't do their part, we don't go the next step.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they signed the agreement. They know what they were signing. If they want the technology, they gotta follow the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's contract's null and void. But they still try to pressure us.
Sure.
They separated my business partner and I, and while we were in China, and we said, well, we're ready to leave because you're obviously trying to pressure us, and this is not ethical. It says we'd like to get a cab to the airport. It says, oh, cabs don't run today. Yeah, right. And then it says, well, we'll go to the airport and get a plane if we have to walk there. We knew how to get there. And it says, well, airport is not open today. I said, yeah, right. We knew that was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, if you guys decide to live up to your agreement, we'll stay on a little longer. Otherwise, there's no point of staying here. Eventually, we had to dissolve the contract because we did our part, and we alternated. We had to do certain things, and then they had to do certain things. Then we had to do something. When they completed that, we had to do certain things, and that's the way it worked back and forth like that. When they got to their part, they just reneged. So we knew what they were after, and we knew they were after technology. So we put that at the very end. So they'd have to do all kinds of things before they get technology. So they kind of took me in a room and sort of threatened me. I said, not overtly, but they said, and I said, listen, I didn't come prepared to talk about that. I can't give you the details of that. What they didn't know is I could have given the details because I had them memorized, but they didn't know that. But
Okay.
the younger people there, they were more or less Chinese patriots. They weren't trying to pressure me.
Okay.
There's some of the older people were trying to. They were very unhappy with the pressure tactics, because we'd go out walking. We'd have to take just a simple walk, a 10-minute walk, to see some part of their city, right? And that was a big deal, that you can't do that, you know? So I said, well, why not? We're just asking for a walk. You can determine where we walk, you know? What do you think we're going to see, you know? And, well, they finally let us go, and while we're on those walks, though, some of those, I think they can't control their people was one of the reasons they don't want their people to be able to talk to us. Because their people did, when we were on those walks, told us about how much they love America and then how much they worried about their country and this and that, you know?
Right.
So it's kind of their opportunity to talk to us. But they have to be careful even then that there might be listening devices pointed at them, you know?
Of course. Yeah. Frozen again. Yeah, we're frozen again up in the corner with the black screen. I tried to share a screen again. I shouldn't have. I should have just left well enough alone, but I didn't.
Sounds like we're going to have to upgrade your system sooner than later.
Yeah. Yes. Probably, yes. Yeah, and I might have to use some of that muffler money I got from that anonymous person. Got a very generous PayPal anonymously. And so maybe I'll have to put the muffler off a little while and get the computer fixed. It's an iMac. Kelly George, my butterscotch gets up on the credenza where my big screen TV is. She's not allowed up there. Oh, butterscotch must be a cat. Yeah. Okay. Black screen again. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, folks. I was trying to put that really cool image up, but someone doesn't want that to happen, apparently. So there we go.
So what are they talking about in the chat?
Well, they're telling me the screen is black again.
Oh, you probably can't even see it.
Ralph is going in for at least a thyroid test this weekend. Oh my goodness, thyroid test. Well, I wish you luck at that.
I can tell you a lot about thyroid.
I practiced all night for my urine test.
Oh boy.
I studied all night for my urine test.
I hope everything came out okay.
I hope so too. That's what we're all hoping.
Well, the two things that the thyroid needs most is iodine and selenium.
And you get selenium from Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts have selenium.
Yeah, and if you don't have enough iodine or you don't have enough selenium, then you can have a underactive or hypothyroidism. And I've helped a couple friends of mine that had problems, and the doctor said they're going to have the thyroid removed and all this stuff. And I said, no, before you do that, try this,
Mm-hmm.
And they just went down to the Dollar General and got themselves some selenium, and then I gave them some sources, some things that had some kelp and whatever, and they got iodine, and guess what? All of a sudden, their thyroid normalized.
All right. That's
I'm
good.
sure that's not going to help everybody, but
yeah,
you can get an infection in your thyroid, and it really messes you up.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's a simple antibiotic and straighten it out.
Yeah.
But there's another thing. If you have hyperthyroidism, which is it's overactive thyroid, then you have some strange things activated. So you get some abnormal cell growth, I think. I'm trying to remember which cells grow in that condition. which they technically classify as a cancer because it's abnormal cell growth. Well, why it's different than cancer is as soon as you normalize the thyroid again, it goes away. The same way, if you have an underperforming thyroid, you have abnormal production of, I can't remember if it's white blood cells or platelets or something, and they classify it as cancer. But it's unlike any normal cancer, because as soon as you correct your thyroid again, it goes away. The unfortunate thing is the way they treat the hypothyroidism condition, they give you something called hydroxyurea, which literally kills your immune system. And I had a friend that had that done, and it paralyzed her from the waist down. So we're hoping that they can reverse this, but
Yeah. Wow.
it's because of that hydroxyurea is what causes the paralysis.
Okay.
It's just evil, the things they do.
Yeah.
And I pointed it out, and she has family that are nurses and doctors. I said, I pointed them to the literature that shows that if you just restore the thyroid to a normal functioning position, those things just go away. So why would you take this harmful chemotherapy agent that destroys the immune system when it'll just go away if you correct the problem?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things that's very painful to watch because, you could prevent it.
Right.
Yeah. And so, but thyroid's very important. When you have a underperforming thyroid, you tend to gain weight. There's all kinds of things. Mood. You're moody. Sometimes you get depression. Sometimes you get fatigue. You're unable to function. You have cravings. You have trouble concentrating.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of symptoms that go along with it. And the thing is, when you get the right medicine, overnight they go away. I have a friend that's completely essentially non-functional without her medication. And since she takes the medication, she's a normal functioning person.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
That's interesting what you say about concentrating. I took out some frozen orange juice and the package said concentrate. So I sat there and I concentrated. That's a reworked blonde joke, by the way.
Okay. I think he need to go back and rework it again.
Yeah.
You need to concentrate some more.
Yes. Concentrate on the jokes.
Yeah.
A little bit more. Okay, I'm still trying to share this picture. Maybe I shouldn't. I got the picture. Oh, it's frozen again. I froze myself. Time is freezing again. Yeah, Captain Kirk must be messing with it. You're right, Mad Podge. I think you're right. It's Captain Kirk's fault. He must be messing with the wiring. Go ahead.
You should see this thing I did. I was doing some consulting for a company and helping them to get set up on QuickBooks for the first time.
Yeah.
Because they were doing all their payroll by hand and all their invoices by hand, and so I helped them get QuickBooks and showed them how to use it. And of course, before it would take a day and a half to do the payroll for the company, and now they could do it in 15 minutes.
That's good.
And I got these sound effects for Star Trek, the original series.
Sure.
And I replaced all the little things that happen when you close an invoice, it would make kadunk, or some kind of noise.
Mm-hmm.
And I changed the sound that when you close the invoice, says computing now, Captain. His head spots it, and then if you make a mistake, it says, so you have Scotty's voice saying, leave that alone. And the funny thing is, she never said anything.
No.
She never said anything. I had to ask her, I said, did you notice anything strange about your computer? She says, yeah, it started talking.
Wow.
Oh.
That's wild. So she didn't even notice, huh? She just thought, oh, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Well, she actually noticed, but she didn't know. She didn't know how it was possible, so she didn't want to say something to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But they think she's losing her mind. So I had to apologize that I had done that to see what her reaction would be. I learned that QuickBooks they have 3 redundant programs within QuickBooks to check to see that you're not using a pirated software.
Okay.
It automatically connects to the internet, and you could literally delete one program, the auto dialer, and they have a second auto dialer, and you can get rid of the second auto dialer, and there's a third auto dialer. So they take it very seriously.
Yeah, I bet. You know what I'm always curious about? Remember the old days you had to call time 555-1212? I wonder if that still works.
Don't know.
Oh, and yeah. Yeah, okay. You know what, Max, where I live here in Door County, we've got more lighthouses than any other county in America. There's like 11 lighthouses.
Wow.
Did you know that? But you know what I'm curious about? I'm so curious.
Because a joke.
No, so I don't know why they call them lighthouses, because as you know, they're very, very heavy. Boom-pa. I need like a little drum set and a snare.
I could sense that one coming.
I know. You ruined it too by saying, "Oh, I smell a joke coming."
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay. I was watching a little video about some of the Simpson predictions that didn't come true, and in the future, yeah, on the Simpsons. So in the future, on this one episode, Bart is older and gets something delivered to the door, and he says, "Thank you." And he says, "Smell you later, smell you later." He goes, "I can't believe smell you later replaced goodbye." Smell you later.
Oh, geez.
But I do have one friend that does say smell you later. So maybe it is coming true. That's Heidi Pop. She says, "Smell you later."
Oh, geez.
So that's pretty funny. Yeah. No, 555-1212 was directory assistance. No. Directory assistance was 0 or 411. 555-1212 was time. I'm sure of it. I remember that. Maybe it isn't. Who knows? Frozen again. Yeah. Thanks, Catherine. Yeah, I noticed that. Rim shot. That's right, Dale D. Yeah, the screen is black again. How do you like that? It's temperamental. The computer is being temperamental. 10% temper, 90% mental. Temperamental. Yeah. Yeah. There you are. Frozen again. This is,
Frozen again.
yeah. It's not just for Disney movies anymore. Frozen. Yeah. Well,
Everything is thawing on my end, and everything is freezing on your end. So what's
Yeah.
going on here?
it's pretty cold up here too. It's very, very cold. It's terrible. It's terrible. Peggy Dancer says laptop needs a Viagra, Aaron, so it'll stay up. You know, a friend of mine took one of those pills, you know, and it got caught in his throat. He got a stiff neck. He got a stiff neck. His laugh starts very slow and then it speeds up. Kind of like when you start a car. No, it's not a laptop. It's an iMac. So it's a big, heavy iMac. And so it's heavy enough to be an anchor, and it might just be an anchor sooner than later if it keeps doing this. Right? Yeah, I gotta get a new confuser, or a new used confuser.
Yeah, so he'd actually prefer a used one.
Yeah, I prefer used ones because they're less money.
There was some other reason you gave before when I was asking you what kind of computer you wanted, and
yeah, the used ones.
You wanted a desktop, and you said you wanted just.
Yeah, I paid
you didn't want one of those newfangled.
No, I don't want a new one. I want to be able to play a CD in it, you know, or so I can dump files onto CDs or whatever. Because these new ones,
they don't do that on the new ones.
No, you gotta order a cloud or something like that. I don't trust the cloud. I don't trust anything up there in the sky. I just don't trust it.
Well, not only that, most of these things, they're not really giving you the cloud except for a little bit of time. So what happens is you get used to doing it and you put so much stuff up there, and then they say, in 2 months, you got to pay for it. And of course, you got so much there that it's so hard to download all of it down to, yeah, and of course, you have to worry about someone accessing it.
I froze again. I was unfroze for a while. Now I'm frozen again. Very strange. So now I only paid $125 for this computer, and they put the new operating system on it. So it had the new operating system, but now it's an old operating system because I've had this for a couple of years. So I need to get another one. I need to definitely get another one. Updog says Austin Powers. Yeah, Austin Powers was funny. Very funny. Funny stuff.
Yeah.
Too funny. Yeah.
I don't know anything about Macs.
No. I don't know anything about PCs. I owned one, and I'll never own another one. I'll only own Macs. So
I got about 15 PCs.
15. Huh?
I got about 10 of them are laptops. Now, here's the thing is, I learned I had this defect on my laptop, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. It was a real expensive, one of those gigantic screens, Toshiba screen. And it was a fancy laptop. When I first bought the first one, it was like $3,000. So it was like pretty frustrating when all of a sudden you can't start it. And so I was like, what is going on here? Well, I just happened to be watching very carefully as it's trying to start up, and I saw a couple words on there. I saw Avast. Okay, well, Avast is, a lot of people use that as an antivirus because Avast would remove U.S. government backdoors. So obviously the U.S. government doesn't want people to have Avast because they can no longer access your computer. So that's why a whole lot of people wanted, even the free version of Avast would remove the backdoors. The thing is, what I discovered is all the main news sites had, I don't know if we classify as a bot, but if you go to the site, it would download the software and it would automatically search your computer for Avast and then corrupt it. Well, the reason my computer wasn't starting because it was corrupted. The Avast was corrupted. So what I did is I went into DOS and I deleted the folder for Avast, and lo and behold, it started. Well, then I went on to eBay and noticed there's a whole bunch of machines, laptops for sale that it would start, and it had the same exact symptoms. So I bought about 9 other laptops for about $25 a piece.
Okay.
That had the same problem and fixed them all.
Okay.
And I named them Alpha, Beta, Delta, Gamma, the Greek alphabet.
All right.
So I had a dream recently that I have a hard drive somewhere with all kinds of documents from the future on it.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't get enough from the dream to know where this hard drive would be. I'm hoping I'll get another dream to tell me where it is, or when the time is right where it's at, so I can show it to people. But I'll tell you, one time I triple encrypted my hard drive. That's something you don't want to do, because if you forget how you encrypted it, you basically got no way to get your data.
Yeah. And if you're captain of a starship, you might need your data, right?
Yeah.
He knows
exactly.
a lot. He knows a lot.
Yeah.
He sure does. You're back again. Yeah, I'm back. Back on screen, still unable to share screen. Something's all wonky with that. So I don't know what that is, but it's something that hopefully I can get ironed out for the next show.
But they had this. I bought this thing. It was it's basically a wireless card that you get for the slot on the laptop that allow you to get like wireless G or something like that. But it came from China.
Okay.
And I quickly learned it would allow you to use almost any wireless hotspot you could find, even if you didn't know the password. So I was trying to figure out how they did that, first of all. But in the process, I realized that I stopped using it because I realized they were searching my computer at the same time. So,
okay.
and it was from China. So it was in the products you're buying from China were automatically loaded so that if you bought it, you would be giving them access to your computer.
Right.
So I stopped using it, even though it had this fabulous feature, allow you to use any.
Oh my God.
It had fantastic range. You know how you have to be very close to get signals for Wi-Fi? I could get signals a mile away.
Okay.
So that's technology, as far as I know, not supposed to exist. So that's another thing I've been curious about. What is it they're actually doing? Are they basically using technology we're not supposed to know about?
I don't know.
So, I've got some other people looking into that are more technically astute in those areas than I am, to try to figure out how it works, because
okay.
it's obviously not like any wireless, Wi-Fi that
Mm-hmm.
that I'm familiar with. Most of them have a range of 30 feet or 40 feet, or not a mile.
Right. I remember when before I had a cell phone, before cell phones were around, I had a Uniden extendophone. And I took it in my car to see how far from my house I could go and still talk. Wasn't very far, about half a block. The dogs are getting restless, and I still can't get this thing to work here, folks. So I think, and I don't even know how I'm going to end this. I might have to turn my computer off to end it. And I can't see the chat anymore because all of a sudden it went full screen because I was clicking my thing. I was clicking, all of a sudden a bunch of stuff happened, and there goes the dogs again. So I'm going to have to, I have to go take,
trapped in the matrix.
I have to go take care of the dogs. So I want to thank everyone who came here. Thank you to Max who called in, and Caillou Harris. Thanks for calling in. It was an excellent talk. And thank you everybody for being in the chat and helping out and helping us live through this glitch from where. And that hopefully I can get it all figured out. And by Wednesday, we'll be back up and running and do a fine show for you all. And well, when things happen, we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal, where stuff like this happens all the time on the Truth Quest. So keep your phones and your cameras ready to take a picture of that UFO so you can come on the show and talk about it. Until then, peace in. And I'm going to try and hopefully it'll stop. Take care. Peace in. Hitting the end button. Nothing happened. Okay. Peace. Try it again. I got to turn the computer off, and I hope this doesn't mess things up even further. Take care, and God bless. Peace in. Shut down. All right. Good evening, folks. Peace in. Okay, Max, I got to go take care of the dogs.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
Have a good night.
You too. Good night.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Coming, dogs. Is it still going?